What's up, tiny crazy critters? This is part 3, and we're still going to be making these guys. And it's the Zerples from our new book, the Erple People Buggy Ride. This is part 3, and we should be finishing off now, actually putting the Zerple together. And then we can go on to then part 4, where we complete the poster with the background and everything. So you should have a full functioning, working, moving Zerple at the end of this, or your version of it if you've gone along but made your own alterations and stuff. So I hope you enjoy the episode. If you've just come from the previous 2, hope you've been enjoying them, and this is exactly what you need to finish things off. And if you haven't seen parts 1 or 2 yet, what are you doing? Go watch them. It's a bit confusing. Anyway, enjoy the show, guys, and don't forget, keep creating. Starting the Zerple line, guys. Setting up your Jimny is really easy. I keep oops, I have an screen. My old Erple sort of tag going here, where I've got my spray paint, my basic 5. I have a blender in here. I still got the spines in here, but we don't need that for this one. You could take it out if you'd like, but you don't really need the blender either. But we do a little blending just to start practicing that kind of thing. So these 2 as usual, my 2 favorites. It's just the spray gun and the airbrush and the basic 5. The blender is a good one to have in this if you want to do everything we're doing. We don't need the spines, but I'm just leaving there for now. And the thing we've added in here now are 2 stamps. One is a grass and one is a bush. Now if I go up into the presets and show you, right here, look, is stamp grass and stamp grass patch. Oh, not bush stands. Good job, I went and looked. Right, stamp grass patch and stamp grass are the other 2, and we use them for like the hair and things like that, little things to get away with doing that. So that's setting up Jimny, guys. Quick crack down the show. Hope you enjoy it. Let's see how it looks. You'll probably be able to do overall. So just drop shadow, stroke, down to 3, and then up to 100. So black, leave it all, and there you go. It's come in and we've got our outlines on things. Now we didn't need the outline on that one there, right? We didn't need that because we can put the fur over it. But just to match it, oh no, let's just leave it as it is. It's fine. We don't need it. In this right foot then, guys, you need this fur. Switch it on. I'd like you to drag it into the right foot. Drop it onto the right foot. It'll go in there at the top. And then what we do then is we're going to select it. And we're going to bring it down here. Now, that is the one I did wrong. Right, the FX I did on the right foot, not the R foot. Sorry, guys. Again, if you've followed my mistakes, you could have made them yourself, so just redo it, I'm afraid. I've just turned the FX off. I'll show you in a minute. On the one. So I've added to that, and now that foot is redone, but this time it's just on the foot, not the whole foot, so the fur won't be involved in it, okay? So we don't want that. You can remove the FX, you can go on and just turn the things off, but I've just switched it off here. Whereas FX, I've switched it off there on the right foot. If I switch it on again, you see that it covers my fur and everything, so I turn it off because I don't want the fur covered. So as we zoom in here, alright, we are going to, in fact, what we might do is just make a copy of this, and the actual fur itself just stick down here because we're going to be reusing that a few times, and then we'll just switch that off for a second. Now this, did it make a copy? It didn't make a copy, did it? Damn it, I didn't check. I did just make another copy here, switch this off, and put this into right foot. Now it's in right foot there, so I'm going to delete that layer that it made. Okay, so what we need to do now with this, what's happening? My computer's decided to go extremely slow. I'll try and edit this out. Alright, it's changed to right foot for some reason. I don't know what that's happened. Control and G doesn't do that. Right, so with this now, all I'm going to do is try and get it to fit onto the leg in a cool way.
Hello?
So I'm going to make it smaller, so they say. And then so I just move it so it just curves a little bit. There's all sorts of ways you can move it. Just move it as you feel you get into place, and then when you see you've got that little Yay, there. And what I might do is just copy that, because that look like it shaped well, and then I'll drag this up to left leg, and I'll put it on, and it'll just come into the group here, and I can get rid of this 35, which was supposed to make this silly, you know. So we copy the fur, and then just what I'm going to do is move it over here. Give it the same sort of feel, but you remember this time the fur will come up the leg because the way the leg is positioned. So to come off every now and again and check, and yeah, that looks alright. Furry legs, yay! So that's our little furry little knees and legs. And now what I'm going to do is just close these feet down because technically they're finished now. The body is still there, and I'm just going to bring in the arm. Now the arm is huge, so we're going to bring this right down. That's how we want it. Make them a little bit bigger than that. So round about there, and then what I'm going to do with this arm is I'm going to put an FX on the arm. It says there's already one on it, is it? Oh yeah, there is. Sorry, there's an FX already on the arm. I must have already done it. Sorry. And then what I'm going to do is duplicate this arm, and then this duplication I'm going to bring down below the body. Again. Okay. And then what that'll do is once my computer catches up with me, that's why I need better equipment, guys. That's why I need better equipment. There you go. Let's see. I'm going to have a little differently. Like that. And see how that comes out. Already you can start seeing our Zerple creature. Now, the hands are looking slightly big for me, so I'm going to bring those down. I'm not comfortable with them being that big, so with the, I'll just do them individually. Sorry, arm. So I'm just going to bring them down a little bit. I might even just delete the other arm and copy it again and see now. No, it's alright. Just copy the arm. Didn't take too long, so I should be alright. I don't mind the back arm as well being slightly smaller. I don't mind that. I am going to bring it down a little bit. Because realistically, it should be coming from somewhere over here. So I'm just going to put it here to make it look good for the character. Alright, we're going to leave that there then, guys. And what I'm going to do before we go on this, I'm going to put it all into a group, Control and G. And I'll do some resizing before we finalize with the hair, okay? So up we go with the eyes and the arms and everything. We're going to put them in. My computer's been so slow, I really do apologize. It's not just that, we've got so many effects in here that's getting moved over with things. It's crazy. If you learn to do these things in the beginning, like put layers up properly, you're in for a better result. But like, I'm a beginner myself. I keep making all these mistakes, and it can seem complicated to some people what I'm doing. So hopefully with many more great tutorials on here, we'll be able to solve that problem. Anyway, so I'm going to put Zerple on this, pretend that the Zerple is in there, which it is, and then I'm just going to resize this a little bit. And what I mean by that, I'm just going to the Zerple card, the Zerple. I'm just going to get a little more tilted. And while that is deciding to move, I'll look at the older one. Really cute. I'm thinking the eyes need to be bigger. I'm really thinking the eyes need to be bigger. So I'm going to change that in a moment. Alright, that's not bad. I'm going to go to the eyes and I'm going to group them. New everything. Just everything runs a little smoother. Right, there we go. We've made a group finally. And put that other eye in there, and we're going to call this group Eyes. Because it has eyes in it. Did that work? Oh. Right, so I'm going to copy the eyes now, and I'm going to try and make them bigger, because I think they... I can move that mouth a little bit. I like that a little better. I don't know why, I just like that a little better. I think it's much more what I was trying to intend to do. Right, so let's move this fur up and switch it on. And from this little bit of fur, see if we can get. Again, the computer is slowing itself right down. Okay, let's put this fur in a group. And what we're going to do with this fur group, is we're going to put it above the body. Not in the body, above the body. Above the body column. If the body stays open, then we'll just close it down. Oh, just shut that down. And then this fur now is what we're going to use now for the shoulders of the arms. That's right. So if we go to the left arm, let's take a moment for a break and then we'll come back to this. So we're going to come back with putting fur onto the arms. With this method, it's just going to take us from shaping the fur a little bit to fit on an arm the way we want it to, the way we think it's going to look good. And we do that with just manipulating the size of it, and then when you zoom out, you can, well, like I said, if you put the fur in the right place, in fact we just might put it just under the eyes now, so it's above everything, and we can do that. We can put the fur on there. Hello, and we'll just work from there. Okay, and welcome back. So now we're going to just do his shoulder fur fluff, bits of fluff. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that on his arm itself. I'm just going to put it in the arm so it goes on there. And you will see then, actually I made a mistake, because that's going to get the FX. So we don't want to do that. So we want to take that out of the arm. And instead, what we're going to do is create another group with that fur. And then we'll put that arm in that group. So the fur doesn't get the effect, the bleed that goes around it. Okay, so you won't get that. And then what we'll do is just we'll name this the left arm. We don't really need the fur for the actual right arm at the moment, but you know, in other pictures you can sort of put it in. And so far we've got a completely movable character, by the way, from his eyes and everything. On his eyes, what I do want to do is, because I normally do it, is I'll just check. It's not that one, it's this one, of course, because it's one on top. With the eye that's closest, well, it seems like it's closest to it, so the eye that's laying on top, all I do is I make that very slightly bigger, only very slightly, nothing much, and it just gives that it just gives me an effect that this eye is further away, just only very slightly. It's supposed to be a trick. And the same thing could be done with the body, I suppose, but we cover this with hair in a moment, which we're about to do. So to do that then, guys, all we're going to do is add another layer and then turn it into a group. And the group you can call hair if you want, just, you know, hair and spikes. Yeah, I'll do hair and spikes. There we go, hair and spikes. And this is the final part except for the shading of the body, which we'll do at the end. And all we do in this one then, guys, is first of all we go back to the fur and copy the layer, and in here we're gonna paste it, but we're also gonna merge it. There we go, we're gonna merge a group, so it just becomes one thing. And then from there, then we can move it up here, and we can play with it a little bit and get the shape that we want. What I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to merge this with a layer below. And the reason I'm doing that, and it's a trick I used, is because if I get it all awkward like I had it, and you can't really pull like left and right properly the way you want to have it straight, you can just make an empty layer below, move it to the way you want it central, merge it to the layer, and then your box then comes like this. There's other ways I've discovered, but I can't remember them, so if I remember those, I'll put them in. And then what we're doing here now is, I don't know if you can see, is we're trying to get it so we have like a hair sort of situation going on. Hello? And what I'll do then is I'll copy that. And you can do all sorts of styles with this, by the way. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. I mean, you can do all sorts of little hairstyles, you know. And it's just a wonderful way to do little fluffy hair. You can do different colors, rainbow colors, you know, whatever you want. And I'll generally just put in a few of these like so. Little fluff tips here. I'm going to do 4 this one. And bring this one in a little bit here. And each Zerple can be a little different, you know. You can. It'd be nice to see other people's different creations of Zerples. It'd be wonderful to see. And that is just the fluff stuff. Now you can leave that sort of in a group, so you can change it and things, which I will do. And then add another group. And the reason we're doing this is because we still got to put the hair in. So this, we still got to put the spikes in. If we calculate, if we see this as hair, I'll get my words right now, and then you guys don't want it. And then we close that. We can then add on top of that now a new group, which we can name spikes. And now with the spikes now, I did show you before up in the top there of the stamp. So if I click on my brush, I will go here again just to show you, and I'll do this a lot until there's no more need for me to do this anymore. And you can pick the grass here, or you can pick like the herbal stamps. Now I'm going to go for the grass. All right, you can pick the grass here, and as you can see, it's here, like the grass stamp. But herbal can work as well. Now, this is the important part. I like to have my spikes dark, really dark. Like so, if I go that dark purple that was there before, and then I go even darker, but not too purple. I might even take out the purple and go more towards the blue end of things. Right? So maybe just to the edge of the blue and the purple, and then still gone halfway between blue and dark. If you copy me. And then what I do is I put the size all the way up for a moment, and then bring it down about 3/4. And it depends how spiky you want to do your character. So if I want to make him really spiky, what I can do is just, there you go. That's a nice spike section. So what I do though is I can move that. I can make it smaller. I can then sort of repeat it, and then sort of like horizontal flip it. Sorry, horizontal flip it. Move it over here. It's more like so. Don't worry about the eyes a moment, right? If you even want it so it's easier for you to move the eyes above the hair so it doesn't catch it, and then the eyes will stay clear of the hair, which might be good for you to do, right? So if you go back into your spikes, you don't always have to copy this one. You can do different spikes. If you just add another layer to it, and then even so, you might even want to get the spikes so they're slightly darker again, or lighter, depending on which way you want to go with it. And this time, to bring the opacity down to about 75, something like that, bring the size down just a touch. And then just, hello? If you do something like that, and then move it and there. And because the opacity is out, it'll fit in with what is there. I'm just going to copy this. Maybe I should have put it onto the original, but like, you can get just different shades from it like that. And then what we could do is what we just copied there now. We can put 2 of them together. So if we merge one of the darkers and one of the darker shades that we did with the lighter shade, we got the combination here, and then we can copy this. And from it, we can just make different sizes, and we stretch out a little bit. And then just copy that again. You don't have to do many. You can do all sorts of different ones. You can just mess with what you've got and form something lovely like this. Now, once you have that, what you can do with the spikes is copy the entire thing, and then just duplicate it, sorry, from Tanzania. So used to the old method of copying and pasting. And then the whole thing, shrink down a little bit, and then put at the back of the head like so. A little depth to his spikes. Right, so I select the bottom spikes, sorry. Bottom set of spikes. I could put those two into a group called spikes altogether, by the way, but I'm not going to for the moment. I can make these spikes bigger, and all I have to do really is bring in the edge in, try and fit back on. You see now, I can make his hair a lot bigger, and it's just about tuning and bringing it in. So I can make him nice and spiky like so. I can raise that just a little bit to bring out his eyes. We could go with that. I mean, I like that. I do like that. I'm just going to go with that. And again, what we do now is close the circle down and grab the circle, and I'm just going to bring it down a little bit and resize it a little bit as well. That's going to make my computer go nuts now. But I'm going to resize it, and that's roughly what I'm going to leave it on for a moment. And I'm going to come back with a little bit of shading and tell you about what's going to happen next. Okay, guys. Okay then, just one quick one then finally with the Zerple before we go on to talking about how to make the background and things, is we are going to put in here now a shade just on his body. So I'm going to zoom in there for you. And there's loads of ways I can do this, but I'm just going to do like, what I'm going to do is just I'm going to hit. I'm going to select the top thing in here, which is his eyes. And then I'm going to select above that eyes. And all I'm going to do with this one is just write shade. And I normally change this every time I change the Erple's position. It's about the only thing I do, and I find it a very easy, relaxing thing to do. I normally just select the body color like so, and it should select all around in most areas. I tell you what I will do, actually, I will show you a little bit more complicated, much more effective, right? So what I do is turn the eyes, the hair, I leave the arms on because I want to get shades from the arms, and I think I'll leave it like this, okay? What I'll do is I'm just going to select it all, and then I'll bring back in the hair and the eyes, and then from there I will select my brush and then select my airbrush and then go for the black. Then I'm going to bring this down to about 10, something like that. The size is alright where I've got it there at that point. So all I'm going to do is at the top end here now, I'm going to make this a little darker. Just make this a little darker. And all I'm doing here, actually I'm putting shade over everything here, so I have a better idea. In fact, if I just raise the eyes above the shade, that'll work as well, I believe. Oh, I've just turned the shade on. Oh, let's wait for my computer to... Sorry guys, it's unbelievable. Anyway, so I'm going to shade around the eyes to get that little bit of feeling the eyes, and I'm going to do some extra shading at the top here. And then down underneath here, and then under the arm here, you've already got the drop shadow, don't forget, which helps with the individual things. I'm just going to cut the edge in of it all. And to me, that's great. That's fine. That's all I need to do. So as you can see, I've just gone around the outside the edge with a 10 shade. I've gone a little vigorously around the top area and just a little shade around the eyes there. I've made sure that I've gone around all the edge slightly here, but then where it's underneath here, I'm probably a little bit more now. I've just made it a little darker. Just there, because the arm is there. Now if I take that selection off, deselect, you see how it's given that line there? I kind of like that for some reason. It's good. The outlines are shining. I enjoy that look of it. If you don't like it, you can remove it. Like take the arm off and go over it. I like it for now, and I do the shading every time I redo the Erple because I like to do that. So that is the Zerple done, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the new style Zerple, and if I just show you the other one I did, I'll get both of them. And now that looks a little different there, and I'm going to show you how to do the poster element to this now. phone's going off. The poster element of this, so you can have like a snazzy poster, and then you can print off your own snazzy poster. And if you like me and you get like the sticky back, you can use it, put it on your wall. Make sure you get parents' permission before you do that if you're a child. You want the person who's running the house their permission to mark and scar their home, so don't be blinging on me. And I hope you've really enjoyed yourselves, guys. Next up now, we're going to show you how to do the actual poster of it all. And I hope you really enjoy how to do that. Thank you all for listening. And that, guys, is the end of part 3. Now, you should have a Zerple, a fully operating Zerple. One of the new style, of course, and we are bringing different colours into them. They're going to be in the new book, scattered through the woods and stuff for you to find, plus new Erple creatures coming into the book. So this is the end of part 3, guys. There is a part 4, which just shows you how to do the background, make it into a poster and things. You don't have to do that, but if you want to learn about doing the posters and making them look cool and how we did this particular poster, then you can look at doing that in another video. But this is the end of part 3, which should have a full working Zerple, and for part 4 now to go on and turn it into a poster. Hopefully you've had a great time, guys. Can't wait to do the next one review. Keep creating, guys. Well, I know what's happening. You just had a great show. At least I hope you have. I'm glad you've had this experience, guys, and I hope that you've enjoyed the show. It's a little difficult with someone like myself, I know, having autism and trying to do the show for you, but hopefully you've had a good insight to what I'm trying to achieve here, and that's to show you just some basics of doing digital art and what you can achieve from it. Things like this could be your achievements. Selling your own book for those to read, seeing all your art inside the book all done the way you want it. It's a beautiful feeling, and not just that, you can have it on t-shirts and all sorts of things. Now we're going to help you do that kind of thing, guys. If you keep watching, you will see it will get there eventually. Just stay here at that beginner level and keep trying, having good fun. Now, if you can support us and help in any way, shape or form by purchasing this book, maybe even ordering it from your local library, what that will do then, it'll give us bigger checks so we can send out to the kids in Tanzania. We're not in any need here, you know what I mean, other than the computers and everything we're trying to upgrade, but we'll do that on our own terms. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you really enjoyed it. Don't forget all the links in the description below for everything, as well as on the screen that you've seen, and we really can't wait to see you back here next time, becoming the greatest crazy creator you can ever be. Thanks all, peace.